Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through one machine on the One Hub, which is CryptoBank. The link will be added into the description section below. And this machine is not easy, which will involve so many important techniques. And also, when I did the machine the first time, I encountered one very weird problem with sudo, and I spent a bit long time to fix it out. So in this video, I'd like to share my experience. Because possibly you will encounter similar problems. Okay. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. And I need to make sure the browser is clean by clearing history. And I'd like to, and we can use the sudo to make sure we can start from scratch. So first of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. So as you can see, the IP address of target could be identified as 130. And what we are going to do next, we need to do the port and self scanning with the Nmap. To save time, I've already completed before, so for now, we just get out its result. As you can see, I use the similar options. And from the Nmap scanning, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one, 22, which is running SSH service or secure shell service, and corresponding version information, including the version number. Of course, I don't think we can find any vulnerability except the username enumeration vulnerability, which is not what we want at this moment. The second one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information Apache 2. So what do we have to do next? We need to do the enumeration with this web application, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up our browser to do the manual enumeration first. And we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. And you can go through this site, most of the links are not active at all. And however, these two links are effective. And before I try to access these two links, I'd like to check its source code, because sometimes source code can reveal any very important information. But not in this case. So next, we also need to check whether this site has robots file or not. Not found, which is fine. So next, I think we need to, understand what's going on. I mean, the functions provided by this site. Let's scroll up and register. We can open this link in new tab. However, we are having trouble finding that site. And also another one. So we can copy. We cannot connect to the server at this host name, which means that we need to append this host name or domain name into the host file. We can echo. And paste in here. Sudo t. Okay, so now if we refresh this page, as you can see, registrations are currently disabled. Sorry for the inconvenience. And next, we need to take a look at the login function or link. So here, this is the secure login username and password. So what is CryptoBank trading platform? And we can try to use a domain as username and password. And we can use also a domain as password to see whether there is any weak credential vulnerability, but this doesn't work. And also next, we can try to use or login bypass technique. And password, login. Wonderful. We have already logged in to this application. or trading platform, and we can go through the functions like money transfer and also the balance check. So I think just now we have already confirmed that the target is vulnerable SQL injection vulnerability. So afterwards, we can try to dump data from the target with the utility SQL map. Okay, but before I do that, I'd like to do the immersion. I think the immersion is the key or the base for the furthermore exploitation. For example, we can use Nicoto to do the automatic immersion to begin with. And info, and this is the info of the or information of the PHP file we can put at the end, and the version information and environment information about the PHP engine, which is running at the background or on the target, but nothing else we can get. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory immersion, and we can put the IP address, or maybe we can use the domain name crypto bank and the local, and we can use W option to specify the word list to enumerate directory, and the extension option back. So as you can see, we found like assets chat, we have already got its existence, got to know its existence, also closed HTML. And assets contains, some sorts of like images, the CSS files, JavaScript file. In most cases, we cannot get anything important from the assets, but this one caught our attention most, or caught our most attention. We can take a look at this directory development. We can copy and put it in the end. However, we are prompted by this, the HTTP basic authentication window, and we try to use admin and also admin to sign in, but failed. So next, I think we need to, we need to crack or make brute forcing against this authentication, basic authentication. And however, before we try that, I'd like to, just now I mentioned the target is vulnerable to SQL injection vulnerability. Maybe we can get some credentials from the database. Okay, so we can use, maybe I'd like to open up another tab, and we can use, oh, sorry, I think we need to, first of all, we need to go back and to capture the request first, and then we can log out, we can launch the set or turn on the proxy and launch our Burp Suite to intercept the request from the client. Next, start. I think this way to do the SQL injection vulnerability, especially the, for the HTTP post form. And we can put anything into these two fields, like password, anything, login, and we can get the request. We can copy or save the request to a file. We can name it as rec, and we can close up the SQL map because I don't want to waste my very precious resource of Kali Linux. And we can refresh, and then we can use the SQL map with option of R to specify the request and the level, and we can use the DBS with batch option. As you can see, we immediately got back the databases information. Because maybe you do this machine the first time, it will take a bit long time to finish, and because this is the second time I did the machine, so there's some sorts of caches. Okay, so next we try to, get the data. We need to know we can copy the database name. I want to know how many tables and what table in this database. So we can use tables, and the 3 tables, and this one always contains some credentials information. So we can use the uppercase T to specify the table name accounts, and what I want to dump. As you can see, we got back the data or entries with this table, and because here different users, usernames, and so also I think I forgot to resend, and in the home page, if you scroll down, you can get 2, also here 4 users, William D, and we need to make sure William D is here, not here. So maybe, we need to create our own username dictionary and also password dictionary. So I think it would be better we include all of username or possible username information, and we can open up in new tab, and we can search William, and this should be the username. Put it here, and the next one is this one, Julius. We can copy and paste in here. Sorry, I think I missed this important step. Enumeration is very important, and we can put it here. And the last one is John. Also, we can paste in here. We can save, and we can use the file name like usernames text. Okay, we can cut out the usernames. So next we need to do some processing to extract usernames and also password, and we can copy, and of course you can copy one by one, but I'd like to use some commands. We can vim out, and we can put into this file. As you can see, we can cut out this, and then we want to, first of all, we can extract password. We can cut out, and we can use the AWK and print. This should be first column, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, maybe the sixth, and we can, and also, if you run here, you will get some empty blank lines. We can use the grep. As you can see, this time is cleaner. Okay, and we can save to passwords dictionary, and similarly we can do it to extract the username information, and we need to append, right? And we can cut out the usernames. So all of possible usernames are here. So next, I think we can, we can crack the password or credentials for this HTTP basic authentication. And if we can open up and inspect to get the request information. We can press enter, and we can put like admin and password, which doesn't work certainly, and you can get the request. So we can use Hydra to crack Hydra with the use the uppercase L, username dictionary, and passwords dictionary, and we if we find the password or credential, we'll stop. And the crypto bank local, and the service is HTTP GET, and followed by the login page development. We can copy and we can paste in here because the username and the dictionary is very small, so this process would be done very quickly. As you can see, we successfully got the credentials for the HTTP basic authentication. And we can open up new tab. And next, I think we can use this credential to log in to the development application. Also, we can put this one, password sign in. However, we got this only for development. Nothing very much, right? And so next, I think we need to make a deeper direct enumeration. We can copy and we can use the GoBuster dir HTTP crypto bank. Maybe we can copy the URL from the browser, and we can use the W option to specify the word list of the directory, GoBuster directory, and we can use, because this is, we are required to submit the username and password. The username we can copy from the notebook. I think this video will be going on for a long time, so just be patient. We are getting more and more interesting. So let's press enter. Immediately we found the tools directory, tools, and the useful tools for faster development. We can execute command run, and however we are also to execute the system command. However, we need to provide the username and password, so we can use the same credential to try and copy the password as well. Submit. It doesn't work. So before we try to, also we can try to use the login bypass technique. And password. Submit. Oh, possible security incident detect. I think there's some sort of firewall running at the background. Okay. So how to do? Wait a moment. Just now, we have also discovered the backups directory. Maybe we can copy and put in here the backups. Press enter, and the index of development backups home, and even we got the same application as the original one, and even will be led to the same link. So how to do? This is the backup application. Maybe we can find something from the backup. And to do that, I'd like to, maybe the JIT. We can use the JIT for the the code development, right? So I'd like to use another immersion tool. What's it? DB, and we can put it in here. And I think we need to specify the. Do we need to provide the username and password? No need. We found the JIT directory. Wonderful. It means that we can get some source code from such a repository. So how to do? We can use very important tool to to hack or to extract information from the JIT, and which is JIT hack or other similar. Maybe I need to remove this data first, and JIT hack. I've already clone from the GitHub, and the link will be added into the description section as well. We can use the Python and the JIT hack and JIT hack. This is the Python, and followed by the URL, and we can copy from here. We can copy. This should be the directory for the JIT. Home JIT. Press enter, and we can go into this directory to look for some important information development, because just now we are prompted by the username and password. So maybe this makes sense. We can get some credentials from some sort of source code. Okay, so now we can go to development. Yeah, this is the directory for the development, and go to the tools and the command execution, and we can get out this PHP file. Even as you can see, we got so this is the PHP code. Is set username, and actually here username is not username, is the parameter to execute command, right? So this is the function of the standard of the PHP function which you can execute or run the commands. However, we need to provide the password. We can copy and paste in here. And so then I think we can paste in here and run command like ID submit. As you can see, the command ID has been successfully executed. So next, of course, for us, we need to get the foothold or get the shell on the target. So how to do? I'd like to go back to the current or working directory, and we need to set up the listener first. And we can get some reversal command from, for example, like this one. We can copy, or maybe first of all we need to check whether we can use the simplest command. We can check whether netcat is here or not. We can, of course, we need to copy the password and submit. It's there, so we can try to use netcat. But maybe there's some firewall running, and we can paste the password, submit. As you can see, possible security incident detect. So I think we need to bypass such, some controls, and we can try, for example, this command, and we can paste over here. We need to do some modification. The IP address should be the IP address of the Kali Linux, and the port number. We can copy and remove, paste in here, submit. We got the same error. So next, I'd like to check whether we can use the Python 2 is It's not there. How about Python 3? And we can password, submit. Python 3 is there on the target. So next I can copy the reversal command of Python. We can, so where should it be around, yeah, we can copy and we can put here, do some modification, should be Python 3, and we can copy the IP address of the attacking machine and the port number, and we can copy and paste in here. And also we need to copy the password and paste in here, submit. It looks like it's working. As you can see, we got the collection from the target, and we need to spawn the more interactive shell by import in PTY module. So next we need to do some local immersion. For example, go to the home, go to the crypto bank. However, we can get the first flag. So next, I think we need to do some local immersion. Maybe we can, upload the NumPy shell script to do the automatic immersion. And we can copy from toSets directory, and we can set up a web server on the target. Sorry, not the target. On the Kali Linux instead. And by Python, we can press enter. And now we can use wget to upload NumPy shell script. And we need to make it executable to run it. And then we can run it to see whether we can find any vector which can help us to elevate our privilege or make lateral movement, rather. NumPy shell script is so great in terms of the immersion and can, extract so rich information. It's done, and then we can scroll up to see whether we can find anything weird or interesting. So has some firewall running. So this will give us more difficulties. So many files with the web application, but most of them are useless. So capabilities or binaries with capabilities, SUID, nothing here. You can notice. So this surface is running sort of like a DNS, but this one is used by the MySQL. And we have already retrieved or dumped data from the MySQL database. So, it's not it's not worth our furthermore research against this MySQL surface. But this one caught my attention. So this should be so maybe this here in this machine or the target is running some sort of the Docker or container, right? So maybe we can use the IP address. Yeah, it does. As you can see, this should be the private IP address used by the container. So next, I think we need to make a tunnel to access this pod number. And so which pod number? Sorry. So which pod number? Yeah, this one we can copy. And we can copy and paste over here. So I think next we need to exploit this application. However, this is not directly accessible. And how to do? We need to make some sort of pivoting. And to make pivoting, first of all, we need to upgrade the current shell to the MetaPreta session. So how to do? And let me show you in practice. And we can open up a new tab. And we can use MS Vellum to set up, or sorry, to create the payload. And we can, of course, we need to use different pod number. And we can press enter. This is the payload for the MetaPreta. So next we need to upload this payload to the target. Met. And we need to make it executable. Before we run this payload or this executable, we need to set up the handler first with Metasploit console. Okay, we can use exploit multi-handler. And we can set the payload. The payload should be the same as this one when we created the payload with MSF Vellum. Paste in here. And we need to set a local host to our Kali Linux. Set local port number to 66 and run it. And then the handler will be started up. And now we can go back to the target shell. We can run this payload, and then we can get the MetaPreta session. And next we can, we can use the port forward, and with the option or sub command at, and we can use the help, or the H, and we can use the L option. We can use the same port number. We can use this. We can copy because I do not want to make a mistake. And also we need to specify the remote port number. We can use, of course, this should be this port number and the remote host to connect to. And this should be the address of the container. We can copy. Okay, so now I think we can open up another tab. And if you use the command of SS to display the active port number, yeah, this one is just now created by, MetaPreta. Okay, so next we can access this surface by browser. Cannot establish. Really weird. So the port number is open. So why it's not working? Oh, so why it's not working? Press enter. Why? bit weird. It should work at local port number, remote port number, the forward address. So we can use a Q. Nothing returned. Very weird. So maybe I need to fix it out first, and then we'll come back. Welcome back. Actually, I did nothing. I just restarted the target machine. And when we access this port number, just now we have already set up the tunnel by Medpreter session. And I will not repeat those steps. I think I've already explained it clearly, okay? Clearly. And as you can see, we got this application. So I think this is some sort of the search related application, and even give us the version information. So next, I think we can use the search sprite and so, and actually we can get this vulnerability, and we can copy or make a clone from this location to the current working directory. And we can get out this Python script. I think we need to use the Python to run the IP address, the port number. Okay, so let me show you how to do. We can use, of course, I'd like to activate the virtual Python. And next we can run, and we can press enter. We need to specify the IP address. I think we can use, because we have already set up the tunnel, right? And we can use the reverse command. We can use another port number, and before we run it, we need to set up the listener, another listener first. Okay, it's done, and then we try to run it. As you can see, we got the collection back, and we can import pty spawn. But this doesn't work, so we can run the sudo. Even we can run all commands. So I think, and also we can use the, the current user is Sor, and actually the password for this user is Sor. Okay, and if you, I think this is the problem I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. If you try to run bash, I think this will not work, right? We are still in the, we didn't change anything, right? So how to do? I think this is the, and also if you run, like if you spawn from here, you spawn another shell, it will also have some problem. But I'd like to try to use another command. So, sudo uppercase and provide password ID. As you can see, we successfully got the root shell. The uppercase S command, or option, not command, it will force the sudo to not read from the stand-in input, okay? And of course, the disadvantage of the S option is that the password will be in clear text. However, anyway, we have already got the access to the root directory. As you can see, if we go to the root directory, you can get the root flag. So that's all I'd like to showcase in this video. Hopefully to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.